Welcome everyone to People on Dating. I'm your host, Will Morales, and for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, this podcast is about the ups and downs of dating and how to navigate through it. Today, my guest is Shanna Bynes Bradford. Did I get that name right?
That's correct.
I always get worried when I pronounce people's names because I don't want to get it wrong. She's an internationally recognized leading master aromatherapist, chemist, licensed medical esthetician, educator, specializing expert in advanced clinical skincare products and skin treatments. And her bio goes on and on and on. So I'll definitely put that on the show notes. So Shanna, thank you so much for being on People on Dating. How are you?
I am great. Thank you, William, for inviting me on your amazing
Well,
podcast.
I listen. I'm honored to have any superstar. I mean, this lady's been in. She's a professional eyebrow expert. I mean, my gosh, she's a licensed medical esthetician. I mean, oh, look at this, which I forgot to mention. She toured the country with L'Oreal as a national speaker. So I'm humbled to have a superstar on my podcast. So I
Thank you.
appreciate that. So tell us a little bit about yourself. What was that journey like to become a aromatherapist, let's say skincare doctor, for lack of a phrase? What was that journey like for you?
Well, working in the makeup industry, you find a lot of women, they want you to recreate the way they look.
Mm,
And makeup is one way to, make imperfections look perfect.
mhm.
So, starting out as a makeup artist, I worked as a counter at Estee Lauder. And then I decided that I wanted to take it a step further because I would get so many women asking me about what kind of skincare products should I be using for my skin. And at the time, I was not a licensed medical esthetician. So I said, you know what? I can improve on my skin. So why don't I go to school and learn about skin? And then I can actually implement this into these women's protocols while I'm talking to them about makeup. I can also sell them on some skincare products and things that are going to work for them. And so I decided to, enroll into a aesthetic program, and I did that, and then it just kind of took off from there. I One day I was checking my emails, and I got an email inviting me to go to New York, and I'm like, I was like, what is this about? And the email said, we ran across your bio and wanted to know if you would videotape yourself talking about skincare and sun products. And so I wasn't gonna do it, but my husband was like, you should do it. He's like, he looked at it, he's like, it seems like it's really legitimate because there's a lot of things on the internet you just don't know. So I
Yeah.
did the video, I sent it off, and then I got a call from L'Oreal saying that they were going to fly me to New York, and it was only 7 other people, including myself. And from that point, I was like, okay, so what am I going to be doing? They're like, you're going to be on a national tour and you're going to be talking to a lot of women. So it was speaking of women's health, and it's really all about women embodying, their beauty and taking control over their health. And so there was a lot of other companies there that were, providing services for the women, like Pfizer and Maybelline. And so
Hmm.
I was doing it, talking on stage with another individual that was really big into makeup. His name was Chuck Hazakai, and he used to do makeup for Oprah. So I
Hmm.
was like, oh my God, sweating beads. But, after a while, I just, I kind of just went with the flow, and so many women, they appreciated the information that I could give them about their skincare and about makeup. And from there, it just, just kept just kept going. And then as a master aromatherapist, I enrolled at the American College of Healthcare Science, which is a STEAM school. They have the most amazing support system, and it allowed me to take what I already knew
Yeah.
with specializing in dermal absorption of active ingredients and really empowering how active ingredients in essential oils can help maintain homeostasis in the body.
Wow. I mean, that's some journey. I mean, imagine getting an email saying, "Hey, can you come down here to New York City or wherever it was to New York City?"
Yeah, to New York.
And you're located where in Atlanta? Did I
No,
get that?
actually, I'm in Florida.
Oh, so you're in Florida. So
Hmm.
imagine that you get an email saying, "Hey, come down to New York," and I would be like you. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? So that's some journey. So one of the questions I wanted to ask you right off the bat. is society putting too much pressure on women, especially young women, to look a certain way, and that's why maybe the makeup industry is such. What is it, $1 billion
Yeah,
industry, maybe more? Or
yeah.
is society putting too much pressure on women to, like I said, to look a certain way, and not be makeup free? Because I mean, there's some women that are makeup free and they're natural beauties.
Hmm.
So does that my question make sense? Is
Yeah.
it's society putting too much pressure on younger women?
I think a lot of times women look at what's trending, and what's trending isn't always necessarily the best option for you,
Right.
the individual. And so, as a licensed medical esthetician, and I've had the opportunity to work with some of the top dermatologists and plastic surgeons in the industry, we found that a lot of the younger women were, doing the Botox, doing the rhinoplasty, redoing their nose shape.
Yeah.
They're doing all of these things, and then you look at social media, and social media has set this standard that
Yeah.
people feel like if I don't look like this or look like that, then I don't fit the narrative. And so I would say, yeah, in a nutshell, it might be a lot of pressure that's being put on younger women to go out and get these procedures done. And sometimes I've even noticed that it's just a conversation piece. It really doesn't have anything to do with that I needed that. It's just that, oh, I can talk to my friend girls that, I went and got Botox done for the first time, but not needing it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny that you say that, right? Because I had read, I think it was Kim Kardashian. I think she was like 29, 30 years old, give or take. I can't remember the exact date that she took Botox. I'm like, at that young of an age? I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not seeing, I mean, there's some women now. I haven't seen them in person, obviously, but you got like Halle Berry, Salma Hayek, J Lo, I think Gabrielle Union. They seem to still carry their beauty even up to their 40s and 50s.
Yeah.
So why? I mean, so it's so social media is creating a false narrative of that they have to look a certain way. Now, are men putting pressure on these women also? Besides, let's say society, social media, but are men putting pressure on these young women to look a
You know,
certain way?
I don't think so. I don't think the men are putting the pressure. I think women are just looking at themselves and they're like not maybe liking who they are, seeing. And so
Yeah.
a lot of people get procedures done and they really don't have an idea of what it actually entails. Like when you look at Botox, Botox is a neurotoxin.
Hmm.
What it does is it stops the communication of the muscle departments, so they're not communicating. So instead of a person making their face expression, it's like solid nothing.
I saw that the other day, Shanna, on I think it was a YouTube short, and some lady was talking, and I never noticed it before. And this lady was moving, and it seemed like nothing in her face was moving.
Nothing.
And like like the eyes, the forehead, whatever, and I didn't see that. And I'm
Yeah.
saying to myself, and I didn't notice this a long time ago until somebody started talking about it, and I started seeing the Botox. Does Botox? I mean, it seems like it has does a plus effect, but it does have a minus effect also. Would
Well,
you get hooked up on it?
I mean, the thing is, I have some friends that they've gotten Botox done, and let me tell you, they're like, if I don't get my Botox done, I look a hot mess, But what one of the things is that it's a neurotoxin, so there are a lot of contraindications that come in play with that. You can lose muscle function. You
Hmm.
can have allergic reaction. So it's really important that if women are going out to get these procedures, they should really try to learn as much as possible about what they're doing and go to someone that is a licensed dermatologist or plastic surgeon, not in someone's home or, their garage, and have these treatments done. The other thing is that there are so many options now with skincare because you have plant derived peptides. You have a peptide called matrixyl and argireline, which actually also helps to stabilize the muscle compartments. And the skin has memory, so it remembers. And so if you
Hmm.
use really good products, it will actually help slow down the aging process where you don't have to resort to Botox. And a lot
Right.
of it is, just taking better care of your body. You are what you eat. And the skin products that you use, they do make a big difference where you can get your skin to a point where you are happy with your skin and not
Mhm.
feel like you need to overbear your skin with like makeup and, doing all these things to yourself that later on is going to catch up.
One of the things I wanted to talk about also, Shanna, is, at an early age, like I will have blemishes and all that. And I know some women that are much younger than me in their 20s and they have blemishes and all that. And
Mhm.
they feel like they have to cover it with makeup. But to me, then you start noticing like maybe a little bumps or something on their face because of the makeup, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Is there ways to clear the face up, or is it more of something that inherited from their family, from their mother or their father, who maybe didn't have good skin at an early age, but as they get older, it clears up.
Yeah.
Does that make sense at all?
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. Well, the thing about, skin and dealing with skin concerns is that if you eat better,
Mhm.
you're going to have better skin. So when you're dealing with like acne and hyperpigmentation,
Yes. Yeah.
which are those, those unsexy dark spots
Yeah.
on the skin, you can use skincare products that will help lighten and even out the complexion without
Hmm.
having to cover up with makeup. I mean, they have vitamin C, which is a great antioxidant. It's also great for post hyperpigmentation,
Okay.
and you just have to get a really good product line that you're using, and that will help. The other thing for me, like as a master aromatherapist, what I find is that a lot of women that are looking for products to put on their skin, they want to know. They're like, okay, so what products are out there that I can use? And when you have ingredients that, like ginger, for example, is
Hmm.
anti-inflammatory. Just consuming ginger tea will actually help to clear up the skin and also get rid of those pimples that's causing the hyperpigmentation. So what's
Oh.
happening is that your body has a defense mechanism. You have melanocyte cells. So the melanocyte cells, they kind of look like octopus. And when you are exposed to extreme heat or cold or even pressing a pimple,
Hmm.
creates discoloration because the melanocyte cells start to deposit pigment into the cell, and so it raises up and then it's visible for you actually can see it. But that's your body's way of defense mechanism. And if you use something to actually dry the pimple out versus bothering with it,
Hmm.
you don't have to worry about the hyperpigmentation. But you can drink teas and eat, healthy food like avocado, healthy fatty acids, essential fatty acids that will help reduce inflammatory response in the body and help clear up your skin.
Wow. Okay. I like the part of ginger tea. That seems a little bit more easier to
Yeah.
do. And then having avocado, which I guess on dinner or lunch or whatever. I like that because I feel that sometimes, when I'm in the streets and I see a woman with makeup and I'm like, man, I don't think she needs that much makeup. Like passing by, I'm like a little touch here and there. So what would you suggest to younger women, especially, under 25, maybe even under 30, about their makeup ritual? Because because sometimes it seems like I see some women, Shanna, and it seems like they took a whole jar of makeup and just plastered it on their face because their face is one color, but then you see their neck is a different color.
Yeah.
And I started noticing that too, and I'm like, wow, why so much makeup?
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead, because I can see
Well,
you smiling.
I would say this: skincare is the first rule of thumb to having beautiful skin.
Uh-huh.
Having good skincare, moisturizer, cleanser, that is for your skin type is going to help you maintain beautiful skin so that less is better. So, as
Okay.
a professional makeup artist, less is better. And makeup is not intended to be used all over the face.
Mm.
You can use your foundation to cover up, even out the skin tone, a nice light pressed translucent powder, and then put on your mascara, put on your eyeshadow, your lip color, and boom, you're gone.
Okay.
There are situations for certain events where you would probably wear, a little bit more heavier makeup than normal. But a lot of the makeup applications that we're seeing, they are, it's a lot. It's a lot to walk around with all
Yeah.
of that makeup on because you're literally, your skin is not breathing, and it kind of makes everyone look so fake, you know.
Yeah.
So I would recommend to younger women, invest into good skincare products, get a cleanser, your toner, a serum, moisturizer, have a good night cream, and don't sleep in your makeup because sleeping in makeup,
No, come on. I never heard that yet. But so you say
yeah.
some women with the products. I'm not sure if you could recommend, but are there companies out there that you like? Maybe you can't recommend because you might work for someone, or whatever. So I don't want to put that on put you on the spot. But is there products or companies that you like?
Um, you know, because I'm an aromatherapist and my company is Grow Out Oils, and
Oh, yeah, so
we
yeah, talk about that. That's fine.
so, we are a clinical aromatherapy company, and we work directly with physicians and also
Okay.
high-end luxury spas. And so we have a vitamin C. It's a dark spot corrector vitamin C. It's infused with vitamin C. It has aloe in it,
Hmm.
and other natural botanicals to even out your skin tone. That's like a go-to product. We have men and women; they both use it.
I was going to ask you about guys, because some of us guys, we might want to get those bags away from us.
Yeah. But the product is very versatile. So we have men and women that use it because, everyone's looking for ways to stay youthful
Yeah.
and to maintain nice skin so that you don't have to wear so much makeup. The product lines that, I was introduced to, they're considered over the counter. But when you have individuals that are dealing with issues that are underlying issues, over the counter products are just not going to be enough. Like the products at your Walgreens and your CVS, they're fine because they're formulated at a certain percentage. So
Mm.
they are okay to introduce someone to that's starting on a skincare regimen. But in the clinical spectrum, people that need real serious help with their skin, they need active ingredients that are able to penetrate to the skin, to the lower level cells to actually make a difference. And so you would have to have like clinical products that perform at that level. One of the companies I worked for that, and I think they had like amazing products, was Image Skincare.
Okay.
Um, but you have to get those products through a licensed professional, because you can't just buy them because they're very active. But again, like our company, we make clinical products as well too. And one of my favorite products is the dark spot corrector with the vitamin C in it.
All right, sounds good. No, I'll definitely put your website obviously on the show notes. So, first of all, I want to thank you so much because for being on People on Dating, because I find this stuff fascinating, especially in the makeup industry, and just seeing what some women are going through, and the pressure put upon them by society, or even some men, whatever it is, or like you said, social media, where they wait a minute, she looks this way. And then again, Shanna, I didn't even know until like a year or two ago that you could use filters. I'm
Yes.
like, filters? I had no clue that you could use a filter because I would see even some guy's skin, it's like flawless. I didn't see nothing, no pimple, anything. Same thing with on women. And then somebody said, oh no, they use filters. I'm like, really? I'm like, I had no clue. I'm like, maybe
Yeah.
I need that, but that's another show. But first of all, I want to thank you so much for being on People on Dating. I could probably talk to you for another hour because this is very fascinating. What would you recommend then for young people then? Just getting turning 18, 19, because the makeup industry is so out there. You see commercials all over the place
Hmm.
about foundation and lipstick and all that. What's a word or two you could recommend for them?
Well, I would tell young people if they're having some issues with their skin, look at their diet.
Mm,
Okay. Stop drinking like the carbonated soda and reduce the sugar intake as well because
okay.
that could also be causing the issues with the skin. And if they're looking for, reasonably priced skincare products, Cetaphil is a product line that you can get at your Walgreens, but it's a great product to start out with. They have like a bar soap and a regular moisturizer because
Yeah.
really that's what you need when you're having breakouts and you're not washing your face. It's because all that bacteria is creating more bacteria. And some people think if they don't use a moisturizer, that it's going to make the acne go away. But the
Mm.
body, your body produces sebum, and the sebum is trying to compensate for the dehydration of the skin. So
Uh,
that's why it's important to use a moisturizer so that you can actually hydrate the cell and bring the moisture levels where they need to be so that you're not having the breakouts. And you do that, you will start to see that the acne starts to clear up. So I would just recommend to young people, eat better, don't sleep in your makeup, and try to avoid using makeup that have ingredients that are artificial colors, dyes, and full of things that you can't understand. Like if you can't
yeah.
understand the label, don't put it on your skin because there's a lot of products out there that they have phthalates, there's artificial colors and alcohol in the skincare and also in a lot of the makeup products. And so you want
Yeah.
to find a clean brand to use so that it helps to complement your skin versus the other stuff.
No, it sounds good. And anything else you want to promote or talk about? Your upcoming tour, your books, the TEDx talk, anything like that?
Well, you know what? I'm really excited because I partnered with a company. It's called Punch by Punch Boxing, and I've been working with them for about the past 5 years or so.
Okay.
They work with a lot of athletes, a lot of legendary boxers, and so we were doing a clinical trial study on a bath muscle recovery salt, and we're going to be launching it the beginning of next year. And
Nice.
so I'm really happy about that because I think that all of us can use recovery. So it's not just for boxers, but it's for anybody that wants to use, a salt and put it in their bath to detox and get your lymphatic system back running up right. And
Yeah.
also help with, reducing lactic acid in the muscle, but helping with alleviating any type of pain and discomfort.
All right, sounds good. And if somebody want to get in contact with you, what's the best way?
Well, you can get in contact with me on social media, Instagram at Grow Out Oils on Instagram. The other way you can get in contact with me is by email. So you can email me at Shanna, it's SHANNA at growoutoils.com.
Yeah, I'll definitely put it on the show notes. And before I let you go, one last word.
Okay. Well, William, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to be on
Oh,
your amazing podcast. A lot of times we see stuff and then we're like, oh my God, I really think I can bring light to that. And so you bringing light to Pamela Anderson, I
yeah,
think,
yeah,
wearing the makeup, and I saw her on the red carpet, and I'm like, wow, like her skin looks amazing for her
yeah. I
age.
thought she looked great.
Looks amazing. And then I thought about other people in Hollywood that I've seen without wearing the makeup, which was Holly Berry, and then I think Alicia Keys also took a
Yeah,
stance. And I think it's a good thing because a lot of customers and also just everyday people are looking for sustainable ingredients and products
yeah.
that are, perfectly formulated to be safe for people and the planet. And to just do something different.
No,
That's all.
no, no. I definitely agree there. Well, first of all, again, Shanna, thank you so much for being on People on Dating. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you too.
All right, bye bye.